Hello, welcome again. This is Sarai Jacobs, and today we're going to talk about a very interesting book that I got to read. Actually, a big alt writer wrote this book, and he based this information on a study that is very, very old, talking about personalities and how to organize them into colors. So he talks about 4 colors of personalities. And specifically, he brings that into this entrepreneurship and network marketing industry. But this is something that any entrepreneur can use. And it's super interesting to see how he organizes these personalities into the different colors and which are the keywords, the key concept that can trigger each personality. While I was reading the book, I was asking myself, which am I? Am I this? Am I that? And he also talks about that sometimes it's difficult for us to really see which is the strongest part in ourselves and our personality, because we might have aspects of different personalities. But it's a super fun book. And I really can recommend that to anyone because it makes a lot of fun reading it. But also because you get to see the point. The message behind is, in communication, what you're really aiming for is that the message that you're giving out is received and understood in the way that you wanted it to be understood. So if the person that you're trying to communicate with talks a different language, let's say that you're just visiting a foreign country and they don't understand you and you don't speak their language, there is a communication problem, right? So sometimes this happens within our own culture, our own language, that we don't get to really make ourselves understandable to the other person because maybe we're not talking the language they understand, like the perceptual language they understand. And this is something super interesting because whenever it comes to entrepreneurship, whenever it comes to growing a team, whenever it comes to sales, you have to talk the language that the other one understands because you want them to understand you in order for them to take a decision, right? And we're going to talk about these 4 colors today, how he organizes them, and I'm going to be very, very brief about that. I'm not going into detail because you can read the book for that, but I'm just going to make a summary of what he's saying and what are the most important concepts for each color. So we're going to have yellow, blue, red, and green. These are the 4 colors that we are going to organize people into. And of course, it's not something exact. Not everyone is 100% one color, but mostly we have more of a color than of another, or our personality is stronger in one way than another. Let's start with yellow. Yellow people are people who love to help. Usually you can see them, they choose jobs like, I don't know, volunteering at something, or maybe they're nurses or they're coaches or someone that is really helping someone else. So they feel super happy whenever they can help other people, animals, nature. So with this in mind, you can usually identify them when you talk to them because they talk about helping, contributing, assisting, things that are not only involving them, but they're involving a third party, and where they can add value positively to a third value. So how do you trigger the attention and even make them understand you? The magical word is help. If you make them see what part of what you're sharing can help others, because I'm sure whatever you're doing, whatever you're sharing, there's something that can help others. If you focus it from that point of view, it will be easier for them to understand. Don't talk about numbers, don't talk about results, don't talk about incentives. Talk about how can we help others? How can we help the environment? How can we help animals? If you talk about that, this is what they will feel identified with, and that is the trigger how we can communicate better with them. So none of these colors are better one than the other. It's just that the interests are different, and we need to understand which are the values that are more important for them, so that we can communicate with that same values or with that same language, let's say it like that. Okay, so next color is blue. Blue people, according to Big Al Schreider in the book, are people that love to get to know other people, who love to have new experiences, they love to travel, they love to have fun. So we usually identify them because they talk a lot, they're very talkative, they are extroverts, they like to meet new people, they might tell stories about what's happened before in their life or when they traveled there, what happened as an experience. And we can connect with them if we talk about that. Hey, with this opportunity, you can travel, you can get to see the world, or you're going to meet a lot of new people. You will have this and that experience, or you can, I don't know, bungee jump or do something adventurous. So these will be the points that will be interesting or important for them, rather than just knowing that they, I don't know, they can make that much money in that much time, or that you give them a lot of information. They will feel more identified with the experiences they can have, with the adventure that is behind it, why they would do that, and how many people they can get to know, right? So next color is red. And again, according to Big Al Schreider, red is and usually we associate, most of the people associate red with power. So red people are people who really focus on results, let's say it like that. Not only power in a negative way, but power in being the ones that control the situation. So they are really into numbers, money, results, facts, right? So okay, what do I have to do? In what time will I have the result? So they're really into action, let's call it like that. And you will probably identify them because they talk about it. They talk about money, they talk about what they want to achieve, the goals, leadership, and they're very proactive as leaders too. So if you want to connect with someone that you have identified that is a red personality, don't talk about how many people you can help, or how many trips you will do and how many people you will get to know. Talk about facts like, what is the compensation plan that you're moving? How many people have achieved that? What is the time frame they can achieve their results? What they have to do to achieve them? So give them like these statistics that will help them understand their mind how they can get results, because they're very result oriented. And last but not least, green. People that belong to the green color or green personality are people who really need information. You can see that some people are very proactive. They get into action very fast, and sometimes they don't think about it that much. And then there are people who need a longer time to get into action because they need a lot of information before taking a decision. And these are the green people. So according to Big Al Schreider, you will identify them because they don't talk that much. They don't like to talk that much. They don't really like to be surrounded by a lot of people. They prefer being in front of a computer or in front of a book and having information. The good thing about green people is it might take them a little bit longer to take a decision, but once they took the decision, it's because it's based on a lot of facts, and they will stick to that because they didn't take it in vain. So probably you see green people more as introverts, but they are great leaders as well because they can share a lot of knowledge with others. And a good way to make them review something or have a look at whatever you want to share with them is maybe that you ask for their opinion, because that is something that motivates them, right? They will go through everything that you share with them because you're asking for their opinion, and they want to really give you an opinion that is based on something real, something that they had a look at, that they studied. So These are the 4 colors, and this is the way that Big Writer describes them. And I just made a summary, but there are ways to find out if it's not easy enough for you at the first sight to find out a little bit about the personality of someone. And it is by asking, making questions, right? So a very good question is, hey, what do you do job-wise, or what do you do for a living? Because not everyone, but a lot of people get to do whatever they like, right? So this is one question. You can already see if someone is a nurse, probably they are a yellow personality, or someone is a manager, probably they are a red personality. But it's not always the case, because a lot of people too work in something they don't feel identified with. So another question could be, what do you do, or what do you like to do in your free time? Because there you really show your hobbies and what you really enjoy doing. So I don't know, it could be traveling, it could be reading, it could be many things, right? And if you want to go even deeper into that, you can ask, and what is it that you enjoy most about your hobbies? Or what is it that you enjoy most about your job or your career, or whatever you do? Because that will show you the real thing behind it. Maybe they say, or what I really enjoy about my job is that I get to help a lot of people. Boom, you have someone yellow. Or what I really enjoy about my job is that I get to study all these different aspects of nature. Boom, you have someone green. Or I love to make a lot of money because I really want to buy, I don't know, 3 houses. You have someone red that is very money or result focused. Or what I really love about my job is that I get to know so many different people. Boom, you have someone blue because they really enjoy the part of connecting with other people. So leave your comment. I'm really excited to know, what color do you think you are, because that is the most difficult part, and I'm happy to share more about that with you in the future. Mwah! Bye bye, see you soon.